guys. Come on. You're not thinking hard enough. Come on, guys. Heartfelt emotions.
Remember to focus
Come on.
constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside.
Think of your brother or some
Only if you
BS.
are
I don't
strong
care.
enough can I deliver
Just
you
think
to
it's
the right
something you actually give a
destination.
fuck about. This is real dramatic for a 5, 10, maybe 15-minute fight, bro. Oh, hey, you made it. Now get out of the cutscene and help you wait.
Huh? You have returned. This is a duel to It is as if, over countless battles, had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you. For your firm commitment to enforce, you bring honor. Now these two. Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began
Oh, I
final
don't
duel.
care about all these
Stand back,
yapping.
traveler.
It's just one quest. I want
I'm
to
going to be
finish
the
it
start of
already.
something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough
I can't even.
to witness the rise
It's gonna.
of nations.
I don't like that.
The energy they consumed, great enough to vaporize the oceans and turn day into night. And the will was a magic, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush dreams. Yet, you have endured. I will endure forever.
That's a lot of yapping y'all doing.
Witness.
In fact, I should probably. Do I have something that can increase my stamina? Cause hold up, then. Like this. Oh, that's what you're supposed to. I forgot. Honestly, I did. I haven't done this fight. I haven't done this fight in a long time, by the way. The original, and what I mean the original Raiden Shogun fight. Okay, I did some. Don't kick me out again. Just for nothing.
This, I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But a will that cannot be eroded has... You need not worry about the future. I know your power more than anyone, yet... And whenever I think of this,
look.
I feel
I'm gonna
some
pretend
delay, but
I won.
noticed it all. This
So
power
please
is
let me get
displayed
out
below
and like finish the
It
dang
was at
thing,
once-
please.
You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. From this day forth, I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my path. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I but as a warrior. It was simply a
No, I'm
new
just trying to
experience
finish
for
the
me.
dang thing,
One that is worth reliving.
please. And side note, I'm doing all this like just so I can stop an interlude, or I just so I can stop an interlude quest. This is some bull.
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto,
I'm gonna
the
cry.
previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces.
Makoto?
I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be released. A convoluted way to reach you, but... well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time that you wouldn't have listened to a word I said. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me. All I could do was find some way to wait until you came to me.
But... you never mentioned this to me.
Everything happened so suddenly. I'm sorry. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you all of a sudden. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time, to dissuade you from your pursuit of stillness.
Did you know what was about to happen in Conria?
I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any Archon could afford to ignore. In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion, and I don't know what Inazuma has experienced in the meantime. But I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. And I'm sure you must have wanted to shed tears many times along the way.
Don't look down on...
It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Something to soothe Inazuma's pain. Here, but it is you.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh?
Is it really?
Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, A? I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh?
Goodbye, Makoto.
So the A of the present planted the sacred Sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past. No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her understanding of eternity is much more profound than mine. Eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you begin to touch on eternity, the concept of time becomes murky.
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. So that was the turbulence I was sensing. Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without any problems. And yet, that sense of disorderliness has now completely disappeared.
I don't fully understand yet. But my intuition tells me that the reason for everything, it's that seed.
Well, I'm not convinced that it was Makoto's power alone.
I know what you mean. Perhaps a higher power really was involved in all of this. But whatever the explanation, her solution is what saved us all. Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up centuries ago by that disaster and the filth.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura, but to me, it has always been there. You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura and Makoto's consciousness, but unfortunately, you never did persuade me, did you?
No. But I understand why now. It was because the sacred Sakura hadn't even been planted then.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
The sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like it.
Ugh. Now we see who's pulling the strings.
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages to thank for how it appears today. And obviously I played. It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of the Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly. You were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind. At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts. Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Simply establishing a location was... Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time. The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to ultimately help A. So this time, it looks like thanks are due to you.
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the...
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside. So it was a great shock to me when the Traveler reappeared. My first thought was, has a great disaster befallen Inazuma? But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You came for my sake, to help me reach the best possible outcome. You too have my thanks. You have done much for me, and I will never forget it.
A, how are you feeling now?
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against...
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking about your emotions. Have you managed to calm down? After all, you saw Makoto in there, didn't you?
I only heard her voice. I wouldn't say I saw her. I'll be fine. It brought a few things back, of course, but I've made my decision to move forward. I have to say, this has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She predicted all the ways in which Inazuma's future could unfold, all the way back then. She even factored my immaturity into her plan. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again. That's amazing!
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadows cast by the events of centuries past. Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future, and both are indispensable.
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you. I graciously accept them.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I say.
Makoto said the exact same thing.
Great minds think alike, hmm? I wonder, does that qualify me to, maybe, take the position of Shogun for a couple of days? Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble than it's worth.
We will have to end the frivolities there. There is much work to be done. The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out where things currently stand. Then, we will give careful consideration to the future. After that, I will abolish the Sakoku decree.
Really? That's huge news!
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. In which case, there is no further need to keep the nation under lock and key. I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Inazuma. I'm looking forward to it.
Did I do the quest or whatever? Is Jit like overthrow this time or what? Now I got off the news just for the interlude, not even for the icon quest, just for the interlude.
Are you sure this is the right place?
Hold up.
It feels like we keep heading deeper into the middle of nowhere.
Ash, please don't.
So this is where you ran off to. We were gonna meet up and get things ready for the victory feast today. What happened?
Oh, it's you. I apologize. I'm not feeling my usual self today.
You got sick? We'll go find a doctor right away.
No, it's nothing like that. It's just my energy is completely.
You run on energy?
No, it's just a figure of speech. You noticed? To be honest, I'm not really cut out to be a leader. Constantly communicating with people, trying to retain their morale, having to read between the lines, making sure everyone gets the recognition they deserve. It's such hard work. You're somehow supposed to make people feel wonderful, just from being in your presence, while also commanding their respect. It doesn't come naturally to me. And truth be told, it's something I never wanted for myself. But because of my bloodline, I was always going to end up being the Divine Priestess, sooner or later. Like it or not, it's just the way it is. So, whenever I feel overwhelmed, I come here to just lose myself in a book and relax for a while. Don't worry, it doesn't affect my work. I handed over preparations for the victory feast to someone else. I have to make a speech tonight. And I mustn't give the troops any reason to suspect that something could be wrong. This peace was hard won, and I want them to feel at ease.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I should be feeling energized again soon if I hold off on work for a little longer. If only there was some way I could listen to a good read on military strategy. I'm sure that'd speed up the process. I was reading a book last time I was here, but I only got about halfway through. Oh, where did I put it?
We'll find it for you. And then we'll read it out to you to help you recover.
You'd do that for me? Thank you. I'm really lucky you came back to Watatsumi Island.
What happened?
Whoa, look at all these petitions. So does Kokomi make time to deal with these even when she's resting? Sangonomiya Events Cash Flow Statement. Consolidated annual. This is a lot of work for one person. And it's on top of all the directives she... Let's track down that book.
Oh, because why is there a chest open? For what? I'm not climbing all the way back up there. That's too much work.
Hey, look! Could this be the book she wanted?
Log is rewritten.
Huh?
It can be a lot trickier to use, but I'm gonna show you
Swordfish
how to do
Captain
it.
came back today. Energy plus 4.
That's just, give it here.
Guess that was the wrong one. Let's keep looking.
I'll see a document that.
It's gotta be this one, right? Look, there's even a bookmark. None of the other books have one. Ooh, it's pretty dense. Well, let's...
One, two, breathe. 3, 4, and 1.
Kokomi, is this the book you wanted?
I'm not sure, actually. Could you read a bit out loud? Yes, that's the one. Thank you.
Kokomi? Kokomi! Oh no, she's fallen asleep. What are we gonna She does look pretty exhausted.
Avoid disaster. The war's over. Did you sleep? What time is it? Did I fall asleep?
Yep, you've been out for ages. It's nearly time for the feast.
I can't believe it got so late. I haven't slept that peacefully in so long. That's gotta be 3 whole energy points right there. Should be enough to see me through the peace talks. Thank you. Well, we better get ourselves over there.
Woohoo! Coco.
Let's go somewhere cooler.
Oh yeah.
It looks like everything's in place for the feast. But I still need to give a quick speech before the festivities begin.
Oh, how much energy will that take? Do you think you've got enough?
Don't worry, I've got plenty. Thanks to you two, I recovered more quickly than usual.
That's great! We'll be rooting for you.
Welcome, everyone! Today is the day that we celebrate our victory. Recently, our war with the Shogun's army came to an end, and we finally saw the abolition of the Vision Hunt Decree. None of us can know what the Inazuma of the future will look like. But tomorrow, I meet with the Tenryou Commission for peace talks. I give you my word that I will strive for peace for Watatsumi Island once and for all. Thank you all for your valiant efforts throughout. Truly, it is only through those efforts that we have been able to prevail in this trying war. This feast is held in honor of each and every one of you gathered here today. I hope all of you get to relax and enjoy our hard-won victory. Tonight seems to have gone off without a hitch. I'm so glad it's all going smoothly. People tend to be more open when they're in a good mood. Could I ask you to go around and see what information you can gather? I still have no further leads regarding the issue of potential collusion between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui. And I'm concerned that something might happen at tomorrow's peace talks.
Okay, sure. We'll go ask around.
Okay.
Watatsumi Island is finally at peace. Recently, well, the biggest thing for us is that we can finally get... During the hostilities, the open sea was full of warships. We just had... When the catch wasn't good, we'd all go hungry. The poor kids were crying all day, and we'd go to bed ravenous and be tossing and turning. I hear you're captain of Swordfish too, is that right?
Oh,
Come on, take...
okay.
Hey there! Care for some fruit and vegetables? Nature's remedy when you overdo the barbecue. Are you referring to the thing about the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui? I've heard rumors, but nothing too detailed. It's funny you should say that the soldiers seem excitable, though. I've had the same feeling. See that guy over there? He's been acting strange these days. Always shouting and waving his spear around when he's got nothing to do. He scared the heck out of me a few times. It's a miracle the fighting has finally come to an end. I really hope we don't go making any more trouble for ourselves. Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have much information. If you still have questions, you may as well go and talk to him.
Sounds promising. Let's go see what that guy's deal is.
One, two, breathe. 3, 4, and 1.
Smells of booze.
Huh? Wait, don't tell me. Captain of Swordfish 2, right? You actually came back. I thought you'd abandoned the platoon and made a run for it.
Nuh-uh. We would never run from a fight.
Is that so? All anyone talks about these days is peace and stability. Do you remember what the most important thing is to the Resistance? You got that right. So I'm gonna put you to the test. Time to see if you truly are a bona fide Resistance warrior. I'll answer your questions, but only if you can beat me in a duel.
Ugh, this guy. Would it kill him to just have a normal conversation? What do you think? Are we gonna do this?
We'll see about that.
Bet.
Prepare to be blown away!
Easiest fight of my life.
You're a strong fighter. You really do have a warrior's will. Then maybe you could captain. We made it up. The story about the Tenryo Commission colluding with the Fatui? It didn't happen.
What? Poor Kokomi's been worried sick. You're telling us you made the whole thing up? What the heck were you thinking? This could send you right back into war with the Tenryo Commission.
Yes, that's exactly what we're hoping to achieve. Peace talks? Everyone's been drawn in by the idea. That's why the future of Watatsumi Island is at stake. What's to stop the Tenryo Commission from stabbing us in the back? And what's to stop the Raiden Shogun from issuing another Vision Hunt decree? We are the Resistance. Everything hinges on our warrior's will. We can't trust the Tenryo Commission or the Raiden Shogun, but we can put faith in ourselves. Surely you agree with that?
His point does kinda make sense, but something about it does. Yeah, everything. Are you serious?
Don't take that tone with me. For the sake of victory, you'd have me just put every time I see. I guess you're not one of us. Well, whatever. Go ahead and tell Sango Nomiya if you want, but you're too late to stop us now.
Too late? What do you mean? Darn. What are we gonna do?
Keep up.
A few things. The whole thing about the Tenryo Commission colluding with the Fatui is baloney. They made it all up. They wanted the peace talks to break down so that they could carry on fighting the war. And they said it's too late.
I see. I'm fine. Don't worry. This is my fault. If only I'd perceived what they were feeling earlier, it never would have come to this. I think I understand what Kozin means when he says it's too late. The talks don't begin until tomorrow, but both sides have already sent their guards to the location. They are responsible for making sure the area is safe and secure. I highly suspect that one of Kozin's pro-war co-conspirators will have infiltrated the guards with an intent to reignite hostilities tomorrow during the negotiations.
Well, that's no good. Do you want us to head over there now and switch out the guards?
That won't work. Firstly, the act of bringing a new team of guards to a neutral negotiation site will put both sides on high alert. It would almost certainly push the pro-war faction into taking action. They would attack the Tenryou Commission's guards, and we'd be in danger of war breaking out once again. Not to mention that we have no idea how many of Watatsumi Island's soldiers are involved in this plot. If we change the guard in haste, we face the issue of not knowing who to trust.
Sounds like a really tricky situation. So is there really nothing we can do about it?
Don't let it worry you. What's done is done. Now it falls to me to devise a counterplan. These soldiers crossed the line, but the blame is not theirs alone. Whatever happens, I will find a way to ensure they do not come to harm. Let's meet here again tomorrow.
Was that it? Did I start the flip? Oh, let me get this first. Hold up. Don't go up, please. Okay.
There's more!
Where'd it go? Really?
Let's get down to business.
I'll approve you!
See no more!
Windblade! Hey!
Rise. Faster.
Speed of light! You give, you receive.
I trust you.
Don't blink! Nowhere to hide.
How's this? shroud! How's this? To the very end.
Incoming! Speed of light! Incoming! Got lucky that time. Don't blink!
Keep up. Yeah.
Ad Astra. Thank you for complete. Ad Astra. Ad Astra.